Hello, fellow Beyond the Gates viewers. I'm here to rant about another Beyond the Gates episode, talking about yesterday's episode from Friday, August 15th, 2025. And an episode that, while there was some good progress on one of the stories, I suppose, I'm beyond sick of Ashley, and now even Derek. What does the show think that they're doing? They had this chance to move Derek on and actually make him a more viable character, but the show is just so pressed on somehow trying to make Ashley work that they still want him stuck in the Ashley orbit. And now Derek is in some sort of biking accident, and of course Ashley and Shanice are there at the hospital wanting to help him and all of that. But Shanice says, they're too close to him, let the paramedics handle it, fine. But now, of course, Ashley's just so concerned about Derek that she's questioning if she's actually over him or not. And my question is just why? Why are we rehashing this? They already did a mini storyline where Derek was in an accident working at the fire station in a fire and hurt himself. So now he's in a biking accident. How does this help any of these shitty characters? These two characters suck so bad. They need to be off the show. They're not going to be. We know this show recorded till the end of the year, and at least Ashley's still, I think they're both still there. So we're not getting rid of them, but they're going to continue to try and stick them down our throats, and it's just going to be worse off for the show. I'm not watching these things anymore. I watch on Paramount Plus. They will be fast forwarded, so they won't count for watch time. It is so bad. Derek in a wheelchair, I could think of nothing worse that I want to see on the show. Like, how boring will that be if he can never walk again? Ashley has to take care of him. I think this is the show's idea of somehow this is an obstacle for Ashley and Andre, I guess. But I just keep asking myself why. Why is this the direction they want to go? Why do they write Ashley to be so boring? Why do they write other characters questioning Andre why he is so down bad for Ashley? We saw Andre and Ted interacting in yesterday's episode, and Andre is trying to compare his situation to Ashley to, Ted trying to figure out a way to fight back for Nicole. And even Ted is questioning why Andre is this down bad over Ashley. We have Dani always insulting Ashley for being vanilla and boring. And it's accurate. They write Ashley as vanilla and boring. So why are they shoving these vanilla, boring characters down our throat knowing that they're writing it to be bad? It makes no sense. It's terrible writing. It's terrible writing and two terrible characters. And that was the last time I will watch any Derek and Ashley scenes, period. They will be fast forwarded every single time they're on an episode. No watch time from me. Anyway, let's move on to something slightly more positive. We saw Peaches come to town, Leslie's adopted mom. The story is kind of whiplash. It is another kind of plot-driven thing. Although, I see speculation online as like, is this something that the show didn't intend to do? Is it a way to try and make the Leslie character more viable? I don't think it was like out of the blue, even though the writing seems like it is. There's been little moments here and there, and them like writing in the Barbara story in the first place with the Articulate's story was the only part about that story that was interesting. So that alone makes me believe that it was all part of the plan this whole time. I don't know if the writing to get to point A to point B of Leslie being Barbara's kid is, strong necessarily, but I also don't mind it that it went by fast. Like, let's move the story along. We now know, thanks to Peaches, that Leslie was adopted and that her mother, when Leslie's questioning what happened to her real mother, she wants to find out how she died, and then Peaches tells her that it was suicide, and then she lets it be known, confirming to us that it was Barbara, and now that Barbara is set to inherit some money thanks to the articulates putting her work, her the original work out there. Leslie might get herself some money. The more we move along the story, the more I kind of like it. I think Leslie having some money to go up against the Duprees is fine by me. We already see by the preview that Anita is not going to be having it with um, Leslie, of course, and this ties Leslie to Anita because of the articulates, and Barbara. Will Leslie hold Anita responsible for Barbara's suicide? There's a lot of soapy, dramatic material for Leslie and Anita to have, and I am fine with that. Now, the speculation I see online that somehow Vernon would be Leslie's father is I don't. First of all, I don't think that makes sense in the story because the way they presented the story is that Vernon didn't even know about Barbara being a part of the group and all that. Or I don't remember exactly, but I don't think he knew Barbara was a part of the group and about her death. That was the big secret. So Vernon should not be Leslie's father. That would be terrible writing for mostly because like all the guys in the family are cheaters already. We don't need Vernon to be a cheater. I'm against it in the writing. I would be against that because that's just beating a dead horse at that point. I think people are speculating that Vernon could be Leslie's father because there was like some hints in this episode of like Anita saying, "Oh, Vernon's the only person in the family that's never cheated." I I don't want them to go that direction with Vernon. So hopefully they don't. I think it would be overkill when it comes to cheating in the family. And it just doesn't make sense storyline wise. Other people online saying maybe Dante Green should be the father of Barbara's child. He does seem like he was the big villain back during the Articulates run, the person that didn't want Barbara in the group in the first place. But would they have slept together? Peaches made it seem like she had the baby after she was in the Articulates, so after she was already kicked out. So why would she still be involved with Dante Green at that point when he's the one that kicked her out of the group? I don't know, but I'm still waiting for the day that Dante Green arrives on the show because I do think he could be a big character. That they built him up there for a while as a possible future villain. I do think the show needs to deal with the villains they have right now, but in the future, Dante being Leslie's father, if he's a big villain too, some more good possibilities there that I don't mind. Or maybe we don't learn who Leslie's father is anytime soon. Maybe it's some random who comes to the show way down the line. The only other stuff that happened in yesterday's episode, we said goodbye to Tracy and Sharon. They had a nice little goodbye with Anita. The character of Sharon left pleasantly. I don't know if this will be the last we see of them, especially if Dante Green does come back, especially now that we know Leslie might be Barbara's kid. I mean, they could still be involved in the story. So I always liked the character of Sharon, and even though she and Anita left on good terms, and I like their little rivalry more than them being on good terms, I still am happy with their exit. And then Dani, Nicole, and Vanessa had a girls' night out. Dani and Nicole trying to get over their heartaches. I liked the line about them telling Vanessa that she's the only one that's still married and it's going strong. Vanessa saying she wouldn't say strong because her and Doug's marriage is a hot mess. But it was good to see both Nicole and Dani have a good time together. Nicole just letting loose in general is good. I liked that Dani seemed over Andre with this little girls' night out, as she should be. I think if the show wanted Dani and Andre to be a stronger story, I think they ruined that with their little shitty characters of Ashley and Derek. So, just more bad writing where couples are concerned on this soap opera. But overall, if you take out the awful, shitty characters that are Ashley and Derek from yesterday's episode, the other stuff was entertaining enough. But the Ashley and Derek nonsense, they've lost me completely. It will be fast forwarded. You will not hear me talk about Ashley and Derek scenes together, at least. I might still watch them with other people. But no more Ashley and Derek scenes for me. Ever. Ever again.